What's going on, Falcons family? It is Tuesday. We are back with more Falcons Daily. I am CG, Craig Green, your host of the proceedings, and I want to thank y'all again for hitting that subscribe button, getting us over 1,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 1,500 and then hopefully 2,000 as well. So continue to hit that subscribe button. Please share this platform with all of your other Falcons family who may not be aware that we're here and we're talking about ball all the time. So today we're going to talk about some more football, as we usually do here every day on Falcons Daily. First thing on my mind was Darnell Mooney, and wondering when Darnell was going to return from his shoulder injury. If you remember, Darnell was injured on the first day of open practices. He was stretching out to catch a pass from Michael Penix and laid out for it, came down hard on the shoulder, and was out from that point forward. He's been in good spirits. He's been at camp. He just has not been participating. And when is he going to be back? So today, he missed practice again. That's, it's kind of right where they thought he was going to be. Raheem Morris is still feeling as if he wants to have Mooney ready for week 1. And right now, it seems that's the plan, to keep Mooney ready to be on the field against the Buccaneers on September 7th. So we're just a little under a month away from that, right about 4 weeks. So if Mooney is fully healthy now and just not doing anything to keep himself ready, hey, I'm with it. I'm totally down with it. So again, they're just being cautious with him. I think, who knows if he could play right now or not? Who knows how serious it is? We're at that stage of the season or off season. It's that limbo, that gray area where they don't really have to report injuries like that. So we know it's a shoulder injury, and that's probably all we will know going forward. Also, this week, we are going to have some joint practices with the Tennessee Titans. That is going to start on Tuesday morning, this morning here, 9:40 a.m. So by the time you see this, the joint practices may have already concluded, as I were recording this right before they get started. So again, the joint practices today take place around 9:40, 9:45 this morning. And again, we know Darnell Mooney would not be participating, but one person who will be participating is Cam Ward. He made his debut for the Tennessee Titans in their first preseason game. And, the question I would like to know about Cam Ward that I'm going to present to y'all is, can our pass rush get after Cam Ward, on Tuesday and on Wednesday as well? Can they get after Cam and disrupt his flow, make him a little uncomfortable? We will see. I think so. I mean, they did a pretty good job on Friday night of rushing the passer, and we'll see if they can do it again here on this Friday night, taking on Tennessee. Cam Ward was 5 for 8, 67 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, no sacks, just, standard thoroughfare. But we'll be looking to see the pass rush go after Cam and see if they can, again, make things a little uncomfortable for him. He was the first overall pick out of the University of Miami, and he's got a familiar face to throw the football to, somebody that we all know very, very well. But again, that pass rush, it's multifaceted, it's multi-layered. It's not going to be just coming from the front seven. You could have safety blitzes, corner blitzes. But again, I want to see some of these young guys, Brandon Dorlus, Ruka Rororo, Braylon Trice, get after the quarterback, Jalen Walker, James Pierce. They got to see a good amount of action the other night, and they looked fast coming off the edge. Didn't get home, but they were, out there doing pretty good. They did have some good PFF, Pro Football Focus grades as well. So I want to see the pass rush get after Cam Ward. I want to see, again, give me some double-A gap blitzes. Let me see Jalen Walker over the middle and have Leonard Floyd and James Pierce on opposite ends, or even put Ebiketie out there. Give me some of that action. I want to see, multiple looks. I want to see all the things. Can't play all your cards right now in the preseason, but, I would love to see how the Falcons want to mix it up and try to confuse the rookie quarterback. And we talked about Cam Ward having a familiar face to throw the football to. That person's name is one Calvin Ridley. He is a Tennessee Titan. He was there last year. Calvin has had a pretty good couple of years ever since leaving Atlanta. And now, unbelievably, I mean, I feel just about this thing I'm about to tell you, it makes me feel old. Calvin Ridley is 30 years old now. I mean, I remember when he was the babyface rookie, coming out of Alabama and making his way to Atlanta. Again, the complimentary piece to Julio Jones. And then when Julio left, he had a breakout season for the Falcons. 2020 was an All Pro wide receiver. So really curious to know how you guys feel about Calvin Ridley now that he's a Tennessee Titan, now that he's 30 years old. And, is he still an impact player? He can be for the Titans. I don't know about around the league, but, definitely for the Tennessee Titans. And when you look at what he's done since he left Atlanta, remember, he was suspended all of 2022 for a violation of the league's gambling policy when he was, doing mobile betting like fantasy sports or whatever it was. I mean, he was betting on the Falcons to win. At least he did that. But Calvin Ridley last year for the Titans had a pretty good season. He had over 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns, about 16 yards a catch. He started 14 out of the 17 games. And then the year before that, after his suspension, he was in Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence. And he put up over 1,000 yards that year as well, 8 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, again, he's had a couple of good seasons, and he was actually one of the candidates for Comeback Player of the Year in 2023 as well. But I think if he's going to be an impact player for the Titans, it's going to be in a limited amount of time. I think he's on borrowed time. 30 years old, usually wide receivers don't get better after 30. They start to decline and regress a little bit. So if you see Calvin Ridley start to do some of those things, it could be Father Time speaking to him. But also, after what happened in Atlanta, the way his departure and how he was suspended, I'm sure he wanted to, get himself together and make good. And he's done that, 2 back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 2 different teams in the AFC South. And, now he's got a brand new quarterback to throw the ball to him in Cam Ward. And reports out of Tennessee are that the connection between Ward and Ridley is looking good so far. So will we see it on Friday night in the Benz? Who knows? But it will be Ridley's first time back in Atlanta in Flowery Branch ever since his departure. And, Raheem Morris is a familiar guy to Ridley. They know each other from their time here because, remember, Rob was the wide receivers coach when Ridley was here. So, again, welcome back, Calvin Ridley, but hopefully you drop a few passes on Friday night. All right, y'all. We'll everybody continue to leave some comments and let us know what's on your mind, what you want to talk about. Day in and day out, I want to hear it, whether it's old Falcon stuff, new Falcon stuff, whatever it may be. Do you still got a Calvin Ridley Falcons jersey laying around somewhere? If you do, maybe you wear it to the Benz on Friday. But again, rise up, sound off in those comments, and let us know who you are, where you're from, and let your voice be heard. All right, guys, we will see y'all tomorrow as we will chop up what they did in the joint practices on Tuesday, preview the open practices on Wednesday, and then start to get into game week mode, because if that's what the Falcons will be doing, they'll be getting ready to play the Titans on Friday night with practices today, tomorrow, and some walkthrough stuff on Thursday. We'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Y'all have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you on Wednesday with more Falcons Daily.